Hello, teachers and students and class. Hello, Mr. Thank you. You may sit down. Right. In our last lesson, we learned about something very important. Something that is required by, or that is needed by our body. Now, what is it that is needed by our body? Jubilee, thank you. Very first person to put his hands up.
Oxygen. Oxygen.
Thank you. Very good answer. Oxygen. Now, our body needs oxygen. When our body uses oxygen, what is the other gas that is produced by our body or released from our body? Let's have Joshua anyway.
Carbon dioxide.
Thank you, Joshua. He still remembers carbon dioxide. Right. Our body needs oxygen. Now, where does this oxygen go? Which part of the body does it go first to? Let's see some hands for girls. I don't see. Oh, Tara. Good, Tara. One girl. Tara? Where does this oxygen go to our body? Which part of our body?
To our lung.
That was the answer I was thinking of, and that is our topic for today. Thank you, Tara. Our topic for today, students and teachers, is lungs. Let's learn about lungs. I hope you have your materials there for today's activity. Now, let's all put your hands in front of you. Put your hands in front of you, like this. Okay, breathe. Breathe in. And out. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in. And out. Breathe. Okay, breathe in again. And in. And in. Okay. Hold and in. And slowly out. Good. So, we breathe in oxygen through our lungs. Okay. Tell me, anyone, how does our lung work? How do the lungs work? Or describe how the lungs work. Do I see any hands up? Anyone? All right, I'll give you a few seconds to discuss with your groups how does our lung work? Or how do the lungs work? Right, do we have some answers now? Anyone? Give a try, give a try. You have lungs, so you can feel it. Describe how it works. You can feel it. All right, Walter. Thank you, Walter.
The lung takes in air into the body.
The lung takes air into the body. Takes air. Yes, the lung takes air into the body. Any others? Isaac.
Takes in oxygen that we breathe.
Yes. Well said, answer, Isaac. Takes in oxygen that we breathe. Okay, last one. Good. They are very excited to give the answers. Evelyn or Ruth? Evelyn.
We breathe oxygen and it went straight into the lung and the lung produced carbon dioxide.
All right. That was a nice explanation. We breathe in oxygen through our lungs and it produces carbon dioxide. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3. Now, let's have a look at your materials. Have a look at your materials. Receiving students, you should also have your materials in front. Clear your tables. Clear tables. Your materials all in front. Okay. Oh, that's nice. I see everyone has brought their materials. That is very, very good for you all. Shows that you're all interested in the lesson. All right. You will follow the steps one at a time. You will be viewing the steps. So, you listen carefully, watch, and follow the steps of making the model of the balloon. You should have a container that is cut in half. Something like this. Okay? Each of you should have a container cut in half. And straw. If you do not have a straw, you may use the cylindrical holder of the biro from the kilometric biro, or just like one of our friends here have, Ruth. Please hold it up for the class to see that. Okay, are we ready to begin? Thank you for your response. To make a model of a lung, you will need to follow the steps carefully. Step 1. Fasten the small balloon onto the straw. Put the straw through the lid and screw the lid onto the container. Step 3. Stretch the large balloon to fit the open base of the container. Step 4. Put sticking tape around the large balloon and the container. Step number 5. Your model should be complete like this now. Make sure that this is firmly wrapped and there are no folds. No fold or gap or any space that goes between here, the sticking tape and the container. So make sure that it is secure and wrapped tight around with the tape and no gap is left there. Make sure that it doesn't go in and try it out again. This time is Step 6. Test your model by pulling from the marked area. Pull down and do not let go. this model of our lung here that we have made will show us how our lung works. So by doing this, we can see how our lung works. So the smaller balloon inside is our lung. So this is part of the body. The smaller balloon is our lung inside. The large balloon that we pull at the base is also part of the respiratory system. This is called the diaphragm. Okay. It's all muscles that help us breathe. Okay. Let's hold our models up. Now when you pull down, do not let go. When you pull down, what happens to the balloon inside? It swells up or it becomes tight. Why is that? Because we are breathing in. And when we let go, it slacks, okay? And the air goes out. Okay. Put it close to your ear. Put it close to your ear and you pull. And let go. What sound do you hear? Gently. Can you hear air coming out? That's exactly what happens in our lungs when we breathe out. So sometimes we yawn because we need to take in big air in. We need to inhale, so we take in a lot of oxygen. Let's have a look at our next slide. In a real human, this is an X-ray picture. Look at the picture on the board. That's an X-ray of a human lung. The dark part that you can see are the dark shade is the lungs. So you have your right lung and your left lung. There are two lungs on either sides of our heart. The white cloudy form are the ribs. Let's have a look at this diagram here that we have. Also looking at your whole in your models, you can see on your diagram. First person, nostrils. Come up to the front, nostril, and stick it where it is. Part of the lungs. Ruti. Next. Ruth is still thinking. Shannon, thank you, Shannon. Joshua next. Nostrils. Which part of the nostrils do you think is there? Okay. Trachea. Trachea. Anyone? Okay. Clement. Next one, ribs. Cooper. The last one, Evelyn. Okay, very good. I see, all are placed in the right place. Okay, the ribs. Okay, the ribs are this here, these fine lines. You can feel them on your chest, out here. And the last one, I forgot the last one. This is the last one, diaphragm. Diaphragm. Okay, Ruth. Diaphragm. Okay, some do not agree. Thank you, Ruthie, for your try. Joshua. All right, the diaphragm is just here. Where your rib ends, from your, you can feel your rib, the end of your rib, and just beneath there, it is a kind of muscle that separates men down and your upper body, which is the thorax, that holds the lungs and the heart. So your diaphragm separates that. All the stomach, digestive system, intestine, and the stomach are down below here. So your diaphragm is this area here. Let's go through our questions. We'll answer the questions together. Okay, question 1. How do our lungs function? How do our lungs function? Begley. The lungs, just the lungs. How do our lungs function? Begley, next question will be Clement.
The lung helps the lung produce blood through the blood vessels.
Okay. The lungs produce blood. Yep. Lungs. What did you say about lungs? Thank you, Begley, for that answer. Lungs. Our lungs. What do they do? Evelyn. Yes, Evelyn. Evelyn will help together.
The lung helps us to breathe.
Okay. Thank you. Right, the lungs help us to breathe. How does it work? The lung works on air. So every time we breathe, every time the air goes in, when we breathe in air, our lungs become swollen. And when we breathe out, it becomes smaller, just like the balloon. So, the lungs help to pump, help to distribute blood or mostly air to all parts of our body. Next question, Clement. Which gas are exchanged during or when we breathe?
oxygen and carbon dioxide.
Also the answer. Thank you, Clement. Our next question. How do the substance, oxygen, get into our body or get into all parts of our body, and how does carbon dioxide get out of our body? Begley? Win? Malvin?
We breathe in oxygen through our nostrils and release carbon dioxide through our mouth.
Okay. That's one way. Very good. That is one way. When we breathe out carbon dioxide. What is another one? You play, and then you... What? You sweat. That is one way you release carbon dioxide. So you clean the sweat when you're playing. And the other, as we all know, we go to release waste. That is another way. Okay. Before we go, our role of the lungs is to supply oxygen to all parts of our body. So that is most important function for the lungs, to supply oxygen to all parts of our body. So our body can work. Our summary point number 1. The lungs are organs which are part of the respiratory system. First writer. Summary point 2. The lungs are located on either sides of the heart. So you have the right lung and the left lung. The lung works when we are breathing. If we stop breathing, the lung stops working. Our key phrase for today, class, very smart, is lungs. Our next lesson, teachers and students, what would you like to eat? And chicken. The next lessons materials, teachers, if you have pictures of animals, feeding, or you may draw your own. With that, thank you, class, receiving teachers and students for your participation.